Hey, what's up, movie fans? Big show today. We've got Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer hanging out. She's going to be breaking down Lincoln. Plus, Melissa Rosenberg stopping by. You know who she is. She's a writer. She wrote some movies, what is it? Vampires and Werewolves? Twilight. Yeah, the Twilight Saga. She wrote those movies. She's hanging out on the show. Plus, we're giving away cool DVDs because it's Screen Addicts, and that's what we do. Before we get to the big guests on this week's show, I want to talk about some of the big releases hitting theaters this weekend. Let's start with Red Dawn. I can't believe they're remaking this movie.
Get to the cabin. You take care of your brother, you hear me? Go now, go while you still can. Let's go.
They did it the first time around with Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen and Leah Thompson. You remember it from back in the 80s, right? It worked back then. It doesn't work now, unfortunately. They've updated it with a new cast of young stars led by Chris Hemsworth, Josh Hutcherson, Josh Peck, Isabel Lucas. It's a mess, guys. This is one of the worst movies of the year. Save your money. They've tried to update it to modern times, so it's the North Koreans who are now invading the United States. I don't know why we're watching Thor and Peter run around the woods and try and save the good old US of A. It's terrible. Please, promise me, Screen Addicts, save your money. Don't see Red Dawn this weekend. Also hitting theaters soon is Life of Pi. If you loved Castaway, well, this has a Bengali tiger and it's shot in 3D. So there's your 15 bucks right there. I really love this movie. It's from director Ang Lee. It's an adaptation of the novel of the same name, a book that has affected millions of people around the world. It's a story about a young boy who travels from India to Canada with his family and all the animals from their zoo. They get shipwrecked and the young boy is stranded at sea. It's got a great performance from an unknown actor named Suraj Sharma, who is in school in India right now. He's in college and he was one of 3,000 kids to audition to play this young boy. And he does a terrific job. You would think he's been acting his entire life. He's absolutely wonderful in this. The film questions your faith and your belief in a higher power and your will to survive. It's really well done. One of the best movies of the year so far. Definitely check out Life of Pi when it hits theaters the day before Thanksgiving. Joining me now on the show from New York City via Skype is the host and creator of Beyond the Trailer on YouTube. She's my buddy Grace Randolph. She's got killer blonde hair. She loves movies like I do. What's up, Grace? How are you?
Hi, Ben. Congrats on your new show.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for coming on it, and let's get right to it and talk Lincoln.
We're stepped out upon the world stage now, with the fate of human dignity in our hands. Blood's been spilt to afford us this moment. Now!
Spoiler alert, Lincoln dies. But what are your thoughts on Lincoln?
Yeah, well, you know, I have to say I was shocked because the movie still made me cry, even though I knew the ending, because I felt I got to know the guy, man, through the movie. It was great. Spielberg transports you through time like you're a fly on the wall in these important conversations.
Let's talk a little bit about the man who plays Abraham Lincoln, Daniel Day-Lewis. Every time he comes out, there's always awards buzz on his performances. Is that the case here?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It gets tiring. You're like, we can't give him an Oscar every time, but I saw it, and you kind of should. He's amazing.
Things which are equal to the same thing are equal to each other. That's a rule of mathematical reasoning. It's true because it works. Has done and always will do.
Daniel Day-Lewis didn't play the character with reverence. He wasn't like, oh, this is the president, he did wonderful things, I have to portray him as this grand individual. He just portrayed him as kind of like this off-kilter, eccentric guy, and it worked.
A lot of talk, obviously, for Tommy Lee Jones as well in terms of awards. He's a supporting player in this, as is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So give me your thoughts on some of the standout performances surrounding Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, totally. Well, it's interesting. I think don't go to see the movie for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He has a very small role. It's crucial. It's pivotal. He has a nice scene with Daniel Day-Lewis.
I might not even want to be a lawyer.
It's a sturdy profession. And a useful one.
Same with Tommy Lee Jones. He's just being Tommy Lee Jones. But Sally Field was excellent in her role.
Don't convene another subcommittee to investigate me, sir. I'm teasing. Smile, Senator Wade.
I believe I am smiling, Mrs. Lincoln.
Lincoln blew me away. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the Oscar race was pretty much over right now. I didn't expect that.
Really? You're calling Best Picture for Lincoln right here on Screen Addicts, Grace, huh? What's up?
I will put my money behind it. I think it's really good, and I think that the only thing that might derail it is Les Mis.
Grace, you can see, of course, on her show on YouTube, Beyond the Trailer, and she'll be checking back in with us, hopefully, throughout the award season. Good to see you, Grace, over the internet. Bye.
Bye.
Remember at the beginning of the show when I said Melissa Rosenberg, the writer of all the Twilight movies, was gonna come by? Well, I'm not lying. She actually was nice enough to stop by our show. Thank you so much. You have a million things going on, and yet you're here hanging out with the Screen Addicts, so thank you very much.
Where else would I want to be?
This is my daughter, the Volturi. Think Renesmee is an immortal child.
She was born, not bitten. She grows every single day.
Volturi, they're coming for us.
It never surprises me when I see the fans react to these movies, yet it's still just incredible to think of, wow, the passion that these fans have for this, isn't it?
It's completely surreal. It is astounding. It reminds me of the film clips I've seen of the Beatles arriving at the Ed Sullivan's Theater in the 60s. It's that sort of passion and fervor, which is incredible to be a part of.
Now, when you know that exists and you're sitting there and you're about to write Breaking Dawn's Part 1 and 2, how do you remove yourself from that, knowing that there's this army of fans around the world that are going to be holding every word, you know, so close to their hearts?
Oh, I have to turn it off. Yeah. I have to just be very present in the room I'm in with my dog and just focus on the
You don't want to like tweet out, hey, what should Bella say to Jacob in this scene? I feel like people would lose, literally their minds would explode.
I could use the help, you know?
You can write a love scene between Rob and Kristen and just the fans go nuts.
They should see some of the stuff that didn't make it in the movie.
See, now they're going crazy right now.
Stuff.
But as the audience has gotten older with these movies, did you take that into consideration that, okay, we can make the love scenes a little bit more risque. We can go there a little bit more with the script?
You know, I was always going there. It's you know, I never would necessarily write for a specific aged audience or not. It was always what's the most compelling scene. And you know, you really can write a pretty sexy love scene without necessarily showing things that tip you into a higher rating. So I'm just all about, like, you know, let's put it on the page and see what we can get away with.
All right, Melissa's got Twilight opening in, I think, every single movie screen across the entire planet tomorrow, so she's got better places to be than hanging out with me. But I want to get to this rapid fire quiz, so we'll get right to it, all right? Affleck or Damon?
Oh, tough. Affleck.
Madonna or Lady Gaga? Madonna. Bond or Bourne? Bond. Sequels or prequels?
Sequels.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Camping or beach vacation? Am I trying to like ask her out on a date? Like what is this? Okay.
5-star hotel.
Twilight, you know? Twilight money. YouTube money over here. All right. I mean, it's Twilight, vampires or werewolves.
Oh, tough. Vampires.
Now, the essential Twilight question, and I don't even know if you can answer this. Jacob or Edward?
Whomever I'm writing at the time.
Right. Oh, so diplomatic.
No, it's true though.
So diplomatic.
Gotta love whoever you're writing.
Okay, well, Melissa Rosenberg is incredible for hanging out with us. Be sure to go see Twilight this weekend. I'm sure you're probably seeing it 1,000 times anyway, so see it 1,001 times from Melissa. And I will ask you off camera all about working with Jason Priestley on Love Monkeys, because I'm a huge 90210 fan, and I could probably nerd out, but nobody wants to watch that. Lots of cool stuff going down, as always, on CineFix. One of my favorite shows on our channel is Hollywood and Highland. And I know everybody says, I'm the biggest Twilight fan. No, I'm a Twihard, Team Edward forever. No. Phil Gower is the first person to wait online for Twilight. See what happened on Hollywood and Highland. Plus, Kristen Stewart hit the red carpet for the AFI premiere of On the Road. She was wearing Balenciaga and Louboutins. Oh my God, so fierce. Check out her interview on the red carpet for On the Road here on CineFix. Time now on the show to do something I love, and that's give you guys, movie fans, real movies. In order to win this week's awesome DVD, you have to tell me your favorite movie saga of all time, because Twilight is coming to an end. Get over it. Tell me your favorite franchise ever. Is it Harry Potter? Is it Twilight? Star Wars? Indiana Jones? Is it Step Up? Resident Evil? I think there's like 150 of those. Whatever your favorite movie franchise is of all time, I will pick out the best reason why in the comment section below, and you'll get this cool DVD that I found in my car. All right, guys, until next week, I'm Ben Lyons. Be sure to like the show, subscribe to the show, subscribe to the channel, comment, I don't know, whatever this YouTube it is, just do it. I will see you next week right here on another episode of Screen Addict. Later. Did that work?
Gray Drake takes a stab at the worst vampire movies ever made. Screen Addict host Ben Lyons gives his take on the latest Hollywood movies and filmmaking news. Phil Gower decides to take his love of Twilight to the streets, determined to be first in line. His love of Twilight is twi-hard and will not die. Devin Faraci bellies up for a martini with 3 fellow critics to decide which Bond is the greatest. JB Smoove and his buddy Garfield can't get enough of Twilight as they tell us what they heard about Breaking Dawn Part 2. Hit the red carpet at AFI Fest 2012 with IndieWire. Get your film fix. Subscribe to CineFix.